moment, my friend.
Welcome to Nothing But Net, a soccer and basketball podcast. I'm your host, Taylor Hudson, and I'm with my co-host,
Karl-Heinz.
And we're going to do the Champions League reaction. As you know, match day one's concluded. Carl, I don't know if you watched anything recently, but it's back. Champions League is back.
Yeah, I'm excited. Really excited for this year. We had a good first set of games that I'm looking to get into.
Yeah, I'm ready to get into it. But first, let me talk about something real fast. I got something to tell you. I'm still feeling it, but from Friday, I went to the SRC and played some pickup basketball, and I'm still feeling it, man. I think I'm getting too old to be playing basketball, even though I'm 21.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll still back you down in the post. Don't worry.
Honestly, we need to go to the SRC and play some more ball, get the squad together, and show these people at App State who the best five is.
Yeah, I've been asking them to play, but it's all right.
Yeah, it's been bad. I haven't played basketball in so long. I had more turnovers than anything when I played. I played 3 games. I probably had like 15, 20 turnovers because the glasses kept falling off my face. Just the same old Taylor stuff. But anyway, we'll get to Champions League. So match day 1 has ended, and we're recording this on Monday, the 23rd of
September.
I was about to say February. That's pretty bad. But match day 1's concluded. The group stages are starting up to be nice. It looks like. I think they don't look bad. There's a lot of bad groups, but there's some okay groups and there's some really good groups. But I'm gonna go ahead and take away with my biggest winners for match day 1. I got 5. I don't know if you're gonna agree with me or not, but here we go.
5 winners? Oh my!
I got 5 big winners on the match day 1. And here we go. Number 1, PSG. Hey, they got that 3-0 dub against Real Madrid. I give them that. The second team I have is Lokomotiv Moscow. They got another dub. Napoli beating Liverpool, the Champions League winners of last year. I have Valencia. They also won. Or did they tie? I think they did win, didn't they?
They won against Chelsea.
Oh, yeah. They did win. They win. That's right. The whole missed penalty. We're getting to that.
Yeah.
And lastly, I literally hate to put this on there, but Atletico Madrid, big winners. Big winners on match day 1. They came through in the clutch and put down Juventus to a draw.
Yeah, coming back.
So I guess we can kick it off with PSG. What'd you like about PSG?
I watched this game pretty intently. And Di Maria, obviously, with the brace, stood out to me. I think his play was outstanding. He was always on the ball. He's definitely controlling the pace of play for them, along with Verratti, and without their big three, without Neymar, Mbappe, or Cavani. So I thought they did a really good job to play against. Yes, a weakened Real Madrid team, no Ramos, but. And a big day for Navas in goal as well, playing against his former team. So,
yeah,
it was a great all-around performance for PSG.
Dude, I want to get into this little quick segue here, but is Angel Di Maria the PSG dark horse player on that team? You think he's like the dark horse player for PSG? Like he just comes in big games, he just scores. Like it doesn't matter. Like if there is a big game, Di Maria is always there, and it's just like it's crazy to think about like how at United just undervalued, wasn't used properly. Then they sold him. PSG buys him, and in 187 appearances, he's got 74 goals and 70 assists across all competitions. And they picked him up for £44.3 million. PSG well played for that.
Yeah, I think he's kind of returning to his Real Madrid form, in effect. I feel like he played very well there, and he's been flying under the radar this past few seasons. Another player in their midfield that I really liked from the game was Idrissa Gueye. I think picking him up from Everton, I think he played fantastically in their midfield. I think they really controlled the Real Madrid's midfield, who was lacking without Modric.
Is he picking up that spot at Rabiot after the free transfer to Juventus?
Probably. I don't see what would be stopping him, but I haven't looked at the reserves, but yeah. Paredes could play in there, and obviously Marquinhos can play in the midfield as well center back. So,
see, for the longest time, I think the thing that held back PSG was not having a good midfield, or just not having the depth of a midfield.
They had good midfielders. They just didn't have the depth. Like when they had Matuidi, like they had he was their rock, but they didn't have depth.
He's like 31. Like I did not. Matuidi looks like he's 26. Like he looks like the youngest guy on the Juventus squad.
Yeah, he's aged well.
Yeah, he's aged like fine wine. But I mean, like going back to the Di Maria thing, if I'm PSG, right? If I'm like the board man, board head, CEO, if I'm handling all the finances, I think it's time, and I don't know if you agree with me on this, but I think they need to get rid of Cavani and just start Mbappe, Di Maria, and Neymar. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, you could do that with Di Maria on the wing, but they did sign Mauro Icardi from Inter or whatever.
He's on loan.
Yeah, he's on loan. So definitely someone that they could kind of change of the guard type thing with Cavani.
Yeah, because if David Beckham's throwing around this Miami FC money in the MLS, and he's so sure on getting Cavani, hey, Di Maria's about to get that right wing starting job and cut onto that left foot and just, I mean, he was doing it with his right foot too. Like he just bends it, he picks his spots and he scores, and I couldn't be happier for him.
It was a finisher's goal, especially the first one.
Yeah. Quickly going to the Napoli game. Liverpool, did you see the penalty that was given up? I think that was I don't really agree with that call. Even VAR was brought into it, and they still allowed a PK. What was your opinion on that?
I think it was tough. I ultimately agree with the call, but, that's just, with VAR coming in, it's going to be what it's going to be. So I'm ultimately okay with it. I feel like enough will go each team's way in effect. So, and it's just the first game of the group. I don't think this doesn't make or break Liverpool's group.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I mean, it's still big Napoli, and with the Red Bull game, I don't really know how much you want to take that, but that's a big victory, not only for the Champions League Group E play, but for Napoli, to say that they go back to Italy and they say we beat the Champions League, defending champs, and then we beat the person or the team that's number one in the Premier League. I think that's a good little victory for them and some confidence going into their next game.
Definitely something to build off. It was a slow burner of a game. Definitely the first half was more slow paced, and there was chances on each side, but it definitely picked up in the second half.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's just Liverpool being rusty, just playing Premier League, and now you're going, maybe the travel theory comes into play. Maybe they weren't rested for travel.
Or, just coming off the high of the win from last year's cup, so maybe just shaking it off.
Or maybe Napoli was like, wow, we let Juventus win off our own goal. Maybe we'll have to beat somebody bigger. We got to beat somebody that's a champion. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too much of a Juventus homer there. But we move into my final winner, Atletico Madrid. Coming off set piece in extra time, the stoppage time, and getting a well-deserved point against my
two set pieces.
Two set pieces. Yeah. My beloved Juventus. Atletico Madrid is still Atletico Madrid. I don't think, they did lose, their top scorer there in Griezmann, but they still have, John Felix. I hope I said his name right.
João Felix, yeah.
Yeah, João Felix taking that role now, younger. And I just felt like Griezmann just never really did anything. It just felt like he was never in the clutch. I don't know if you agree with me on that, but
I would disagree with that. I think he was very clutch for them, but maybe it's just the games that you watch. I don't know, but
yeah, I don't know. But hey, like I said, they walk away with a 1-1, and once again, Juventus, they don't have Chiellini going down with the ACL injury in training, so he will be out for the next 5 to 6 months.
Yeah, that's going to be
rough. That means new signing Delight and Bonucci playing that back line. But once again, just getting goals off of set pieces has been something Juventus is struggling with, it looks like, recently. But, once again, like you said earlier, we're not going to overreact. It's just, game one of the group stage. Yeah. They walked away with a point. So, as much as you hate to see a late stoppage goal, you still walk away with the point. And, hopefully Juventus comes through. The next game, we'll see. But right now, Lokomotiv Moscow on top of that group. Now I'm going to go to my big losers on match day 1. And
all right.
I got 3 of them, and we already covered one of them. One being Juventus, them being just really the defensive team of the couple years where they had the BBC, and now it just looks like Juventus. Anybody can score against them off set pieces.
Collapsing a little bit.
Yeah, collapsing. The really questionable transfer of I forgot his name. What the swap for Man City? Maybe it was the wages. I forgot his name. I feel really bad to call myself a Juventus fan. Cancelo. They let Cancelo go, and they
Cancelo,
yeah, Cancelo for Denalia, I think his name is. Ooh, I'm
Danilo.
butchering names. Yeah, from Man City.
Yeah,
it's a questionable.
Definitely a loss.
Yeah, very.
Maybe it just wasn't a fit. Maybe the team just wasn't a fit with him. I don't know.
That and the wages. I don't know. Juventus is there's a lot. I have a lot of questions about Juventus, but I'll say that for another day. But the biggest loser, Real Madrid, did not record a single shot on target, and they 3-0
had one taken away by
PSG.
VAR though.
That's right. But in real time, Gareth Bale's shot, that goal looked amazing, and then VAR comes out.
You see the clip of him handing off the flag. He didn't want to be holding it.
Oh yeah, none of them wanted to. Varane didn't want it. Bale didn't want it, and Carvajal was like, "I guess I'll take it." That was
rough.
Very rough. No Hala Madrids, as they say. Hazard getting slow into play as well, but like you said before, Ramos, no Modric. Still, they should move. They should advance. They should move on with PSG. Club, Brugge, and Galatasaray should not advance if Real Madrid's in this group with PSG.
Yeah. So. All right. I'll give you my winners.
Okay. All right. Bring it on.
I think first winner is I'll give it to Slavia Prague. I definitely think they I don't know if you saw the fixture against Inter. They tied 1-1. They're probably in the toughest group. Yep. And they were winning till the 92nd minute against the Inter team, who has drastically improved since last season with the signings of Lukaku and Sanchez. And I believe there's others in there as well.
Godin too, yeah. Godin.
And Godin, yeah. So I think Slavia Prague, in the toughest group, arguably, getting a result. So with Inter, Barca, and Dortmund in their group. And that brings me swiftly on to my second winner, which would be Dortmund. I think they deserved a win against Barcelona. They definitely played better than Barcelona for large stretches of the game. Yes, Barcelona, of course, is Barcelona and took over in 15, two 10-minute stretches. But Dortmund had controlled the pace of play for most of the game. Obviously, Royce missed the penalty, but that was just a great save from Ter Stegen. And they had multiple chances to put this game away, and they just ended up not being able to do it. I think they deserved 3 points on the day, but they got the tie. So I think even though they got the tie, they're still a winner. That they showed that they can get out of that group. Mm-hmm. And then as my third star, I'll go with Olympiacos. Or not third star, third winner, Olympiacos. To come back from 2-0 down against Spurs like that, even though one of them was on a penalty. I mean, Harry Kane still got a penalty too. So I think they did a fantastic job getting a result out of that game. So those are my three.
Let's go back to that Dortmund. I just feel like I know it's not good to say this, but I have a second team I root for, and Dortmund's that team. Just I don't know. I'm a big Marco Reus fan, and I love Sancho. And I just like Dortmund. I like the fans. I like the culture. I just like Dortmund. But it's just I watched the documentary about they have on Amazon Prime Video, and I watched that. And they have Alex Witzel, and I'm just like, man, I'm becoming more and more of a fan of Dortmund. But it's just when is Dortmund going to get it right? And it's been a little bit since they have Klopp. And then they had the chance to put away the German Bundesliga last year, but they didn't. They slipped up. But like I said, when the result, or what you said, I'm sorry, the result against Barcelona, great. I didn't put them in there because I felt like Barca being a loser in that was one of my losers. I didn't mention. I'm sorry, but I felt like Dortmund deserved the point, like you said. I think deserved to win, and I think that Dortmund has a great chance of getting out of that. Group F, even though it's the most competitive one.
Yeah, with Inter's result, maybe they are shaky, but I think Dortmund made a lot of good signings. Signing of Julian Brandt from Leverkusen, the signing of Thorgan Hazard from Borussia Mönchengladbach. I think re-signing Mats Hummels from Bayern shores up the defense. Berkey getting better. I think they have a really strong midfield of Royce Delaney and Witzel. So I think they have pieces to build on for sure. It's just I think it's going to be on their defense to hold strong with being reassured with Hummels, but having Akanji and Hakimi back there, I think maybe potentially cause for concern, but we'll see how it goes.
Hey, I like that. I like how they still have Berkey. Berkey, I think, is really underrated. I think Berkey is a really good goalkeeper, and it's very a key part for Dortmund. As long as they just need to find ways to get results that don't run strictly through Marco Reus. Because when Marco Reus doesn't play, they're very shaky, and they don't know what to do. They don't have that extra voice or their leaders there. But we'll go on to
Jadon Sancho can grow into that role.
Yeah, Sancho. Yeah, it's just crazy how he's 19 years old and he's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Of people from top leagues. It makes no sense. Let's transition to the last part of our Champions League preview. We'll run through quickly Group A through Group H, the two teams you think will advance. All right, so Group A, like we said before, PSG, Club Brugge, Galatasaray, Real Madrid. I have PSG and Real Madrid going through. What were your two picks?
Yeah, I think it's pretty simple. PSG, Real Madrid. Even though Real Madrid didn't get the result, they can beat Club Brugge and Galatasaray on their bad day. So.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. So, like I said, I was in no panic. I know they were one of my biggest losers, but I really don't see them not getting past this stage. They have too much talent, too much history to get through that.
Yeah.
All right, Group B, we got Bayern Munich, Tottenham, Olympiacos, and Cervina. I have Bayern and Tottenham going through. Pretty basic. Who do you got?
You see, I struggled with this one, especially after seeing the result between Spurs and Olympiacos. But I ultimately went, not being basic and saying I'm going to put Bayern 1, Spurs 2. But I think Olympiacos will be there till the end. I think Tottenham will just get the results that they need, maybe a tie against Bayern or something that Olympiacos doesn't get, and then they'll be through.
Yeah, Olympiacos. I think they're a little underrated in that team. Or in that group, excuse me. I think they could possibly see it through. I just put
they're
Tottenham.
A sleeper for sure.
I just trust Tottenham. Maybe they have Harry Kane, Dele Alli, Son, and hopefully they can get through. But hey, it's Champions League. Anybody can get through.
Yeah.
Group C, we have Dynamo, Man City, Shakhtar, and Atalanta. I'm gonna go with Dynamo and Man City. They're both sitting on the top of the. And it's pretty bad to do this when they already have played games because we waited so long to do this. But Man City, you don't even have to talk about them because you know how great they are about Pep ball. But hey, Pep's weakness has been the Champions League, so he may not get through. But it's a pretty easy when you play Shakhtar, every other year.
Yeah, they really do seem to play him a lot. But I'd say obviously Man City 1, and then I'm between Shakhtar and Atalanta for 2. But I think Shakhtar has enough quality players, Tyson, Marlos, players like that to make it through. So I think even though they did suffer a major loss to Man City, I still think they're going to make it through as number 2.
All right, we'll go on to Group D. We have Lokomotiv, Moscow, Juventus, Atletico, and Bayer, I'm sorry.
Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah. Juventus, I'm a homer. Juventus will go through. Atletico Madrid will go through. I think Lokomotiv Moscow, they did beat up on Bayern team. They got the last second, it would have been a draw, but that last second mistake, giving it up and leaving points on the table. Juventus,
which is disappointing.
Go through. Right. Who do you got for Group D?
I have Atletico 1 and Juve 2. I think Leverkusen keeps it close. I think that loss against Lokomotiv Moscow is going to really hurt them in the later stages of the group. But I think they'll keep it close, but definitely the 2 that are expected to go through will go through. That's normally how it goes in Champions League. So
yeah. Moving to Group E, interesting one. Red Bull, Napoli, Liverpool, Ghent. Oh, man. I want to say Liverpool going through, defending champs. I think they'll find their hit their strides and they'll get on the ground running and come back and take the Group E by storm. I'm going to say Red Bull going through. I like this Erling Haaland. Goodness, I need to learn up on my pronunciations of players' names. Hat trick before halftime. He's got 3 goals already.
I'll help you.
Yeah, I need your help. You gotta help me. You gotta guide me through this. But yeah,
well, let
Red
me
Bull,
say
Liverpool.
the names then.
Do what?
Then let me start off with saying the names then.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pronounce the group names from now on. You do it. You got it.
All right.
So like I said, Liverpool, Red Bull. Who do you got?
I'm gonna say Liverpool won, even though they lost. I think they'll get the results they need. Maybe Napoli will slip up, and then Napoli too. I don't think Red Bull Salzburg has enough firepower. Yeah, they scored 6 goals against Genk. It's not. This doesn't really stand out to me as much. I think the 2 basic guys are gonna go through.
All right, Group F. You got it from here. My tongue can't do it. I can't do it.
All right. We got Slavia. We got Inter Milan. We have Barcelona and Dortmund. I'll start off this one. I think, like I said, this is the best group of the Champions League right here, and unlucky for Slavia to be put in this group, even though they did get the result against Inter. I think they'll finish last. I think Barcelona is going to be Barcelona. Messi back to healthy, played half the game against Dortmund, so I think Barcelona will top the group, and I think Dortmund will get second.
Ooh, all right, I'm about to drop it on you. I'm about to drop this on you. Number 1 to go through Group F, I have Dortmund. Number 2, I have Inter Milan. I have Barca losing the group stage. I think, now hear me out.
I'm here for it, though. I'm here for it.
Arsenal, they're not even in this. Barcelona has struggled in Champions League. They can't win away from home. They're doing poor in La Liga. I think this might be the year where Messi cannot do it by himself anymore, and he's going to have to find new. I don't know. They have all the attacking talent, but is the defending that's bad? I don't get it. I mean, maybe it's like so much pressure on Messi now, and he's starting to get older, where now they can't just rely on. It's not like Messi's 29 years old. He's not like he's going to score 60 or 50 goals across all competitions throughout this year.
He's
and
only
he's
like
also
31.
Oh man, I'm so off on soccer right now. This is bad.
I think he's.
Or he's what is he?
He's 32.
32. So yeah, so same thing. He's getting older, like Ronaldo. Ronaldo's fell off, pretty bad. I won't get into that. But hey, I say Dortmund, Inter Milan. Dortmund 1.
Ronaldo's 34.
Milan 2. Barca will not go out of the Group F. It's gonna be the biggest shock.
All right,
Spanish teams are going down, and the English teams are coming up.
All right, Group G: RB Leipzig, Zenit, Lyon, and Benfica. I think this is another really solid group. Not as like star-studded as Group F, but I think it's another really solid group where anyone can get through.
I agree with that.
I would say, maybe I'm just being a homer because I like Bundesliga, obviously, and I'm German, so I'm going to say RB Leipzig goes through in first, and I say Lyon goes through in second. Maybe that is kind of basic. I think Benfica is going to keep it close. A really good Portuguese team, but I think that that's 1 for Leipzig and 2 for Olympic Lyon. So
I'm gonna go with you. Same exact thing. Leipzig and Lyon. Hey, I like Memphis Depay. I like him. All right, hate on me. So I think he's gonna get through. Zenit, I don't see them getting through. And Benfica, they'll probably take third. Benfica. Hope I said that right again.
Benfica, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm a homer. Memphis Depay. Let's go, Memphis Depay. You got this. And Timo Werner. I'm a big Werner guy. Great striker. Great German international.
Yes,
I like him. The future. Also, I got something to ask you after this Group H. A little quick thing I want to get your opinion on.
And into the last group, Group H, we have Ajax, made it to the semifinals last year. Valencia, Chelsea, who were Europa Cup winners, and I think that's Lille. Yeah. That's Lille.
Yeah.
There at the end. So, I think that obviously I got lucky that I got to see the first weekend of performances, and I was on the edge about this, but I think now just seeing the results from this weekend and also Chelsea's other performances in the Premier League, that Ajax is going to finish 1. I think they still have really good players, even after losing De Ligt and De Jong. I think they still have Ziyech, they still have Tadic, they still have I forgot who the
Daily Blind.
Yeah, they still have Blind, I guess. But they still Tagliafico. They still have really good players. I think they are a quality squad that will definitely top the group. I think Valencia will pull out second. I think it'll be really close between Valencia and Chelsea, and maybe that result in the first week here decides it all. But yeah, I think Valencia will go through as second. Chelsea just seem to be falling apart. We'll see what Frank Lampard can do, but I think that's where we're at right now.
All right, number 1, I have Ajax going through. I like Ajax, and I think they got that last second goal. I think they deserve to go to that final. They should have won that game in the just dying seconds. You let up for just a minute. Or you let up for the 5 seconds of defense. You lose your concentration and you lose like that. That is just
the semifinals last year for the Champions League were absolutely insane.
That I feel like they still should have won. I think that the Champions League, they had a good shot at winning that. I think if they
it could have easily been Barca Ajax in the final instead of Spurs and Liverpool.
Yeah, that's just heartbreak for them. But hey, they're back, so I think they're going to go through 1. Chelsea 2, the American. He's going to get subbed on. He's going to play. Pulisic will play and save Chelsea from an embarrassing campaign so far. Hasn't played in the last 3 games. Lampard saying that there's other guys coming back from injury like William that are taking his spot. Yeah. That's why he has not played. So I think Ajax 1, Chelsea 2. And I mentioned earlier I want to get a quick question from you. You being a German international fan more than most people I know, and you're in depth with it. There's been a debate about Manuel Neuer or Ter Stegen. What's your take on that?
I had a feeling this is where I was going to go as soon as you said that. See, the old guard will obviously say Neuer, and the people who want just to move into the new will say Ter Stegen. I think off performance and also off injury history, I'm going Ter Stegen. I think Neuer is obviously still excellent. He's still one of the top keepers in the world, but I think Ter Stegen is on, I wouldn't say another plane, but it's like 1A, 1B at this point. I wouldn't be mad if they start Neuer for, let's say, like the Euro 2020 next summer. But I think by next World Cup, it should definitely be Ter Stegen starting in net. I think he deserves that, or at least a better chance than just sitting behind Neuer, because he's proven himself worthy at Barcelona and keeping them in games a lot of the time. So I would say Ter Stegen right now for me. Even though, as hard as it is to say, I'm like a Neuer fanboy. I love him. But
I was on the train a couple years ago saying that Neuer was the best keeper. Then I switched to De Gea, and then De Gea, does he still play soccer? Does he still play for United?
It doesn't seem like it the way they give up.
Does he play for Spain too? Does he still play? You have a missing report we got to file out. But I agree with you. I think it's Ter Stegen's time to shine for the national team. I think Manuel Neuer, just that ankle injury that keeps coming up. Fitness, he's getting older. He's not as sweeper keeper as he used to be. Like I said, I think it really goes down to those injuries. And I think Ter Stegen's time's to come because, like you said before, the way he's been playing for Barcelona. And I think he deserves a shot to represent the country. We're moving to basketball now. If you didn't know, the FIBA World Cup has wrapped up a couple of weeks ago now. Once again, we're recording this late. Haven't had time to do it. So, Carl, I have a question for you. How does the USA men's basketball team keep the players on the team like De'Aaron Fox, and they just make them not want to drop out? Because when the start of the summer, they had a pretty decent lineup that was going to go to the World Cup, and then we ended up with the Boston Celtics overseas. So give me your thoughts on that.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention really to it until I saw that we lost, or we went to overtime against Turkey, I think, and almost lost. So I was like, whoa. I was expecting us to sweep right through, obviously, as anyone would in our situation. But I definitely think maybe this would be a wake-up call for players. Maybe they want to come and play if they're like they have a strong feeling about it. I mean, I'm not too concerned. I feel like we'll bounce back even if we have average players from the NBA. But maybe it means more to other nations, I think, than it means to us. So it'll just be about reigniting that flame to play for your country, play and like actually win. Not get 7th place. So.
Hey, Carl, let me tell you something. You said earlier you didn't really pay attention. You're just like the 99% of other people in the United States. They didn't pay attention to this because they sent the Boston Celtics over there. They sent here. I'm gonna read the roster down really fast. Harrison Barnes, Jaylen Brown, Joe Harris, Brooke Lopez, Chris Middleton, Donovan Mitchell, Mason and Plumlee, Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, Miles Turner, Kemba Walker, and Derek White. That might have been that is probably the sorriest lineup I've ever seen a USA team put together. You have Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, and Kemba Walker. Just basically the starting five of the Boston Celtics they're playing. And then they have the additions of Joe Harris, Mason Plumlee, and Derek White. Am I missing something there? Joe Harris wins the three-point contest, and he gets his ticket to the men's national team.
I feel bad for Kemba. Anywhere he goes, he's losing right now. Like, it's just, oh, my God.
Yeah, Kemba Walker.
The man can't catch a win.
Yeah, Kemba Walker's like, yeah, I'm gonna go play for the national team. I got my boys from Boston. We're going to get this chemistry down. And then you come home in 7th place. That's probably a quiet plane ride. Kemba's like, shit, man, it even happens on the national team. I just got off the damn Hornets, and now I'm losing again. I feel bad for Kemba Walker.
Lost by 10 to France. Lost by 5 to Serbia.
Whoa. Okay, I had to come up.
What?
Serbia basketball is on.
He's underrated. Yeah,
it's on the come up. I like Serbia basketball.
Bogdanovic is good.
Well, I think you said it good, or you pointed out earlier, and I like that when you said other countries value playing for the national team. And it seems like ever since the Paul George freak injury that's like a 1 in a million chance of that happening, has scared away the top talent. And it's just, I personally believe that the players went overseas and played, and played against, some NBA players, some that play Euroball, or some that are retired, or they just play in other, leagues that you don't know about. I think that is better competition than you're seeing these videos of people working out in the gym, shirtless Melo, or when Devin Booker was complaining, "Are you really doubling me in a pickup game?" And Joakim Noah was like, "Yeah, I am we're gonna send doubles to you because you're scoring. We're gonna try to stop you." And it's like a diva mentality of basketball now, where people like Devin Booker who are just like, "Ugh, I can't believe they're playing defense on me in a pickup," and I'm just like, well, yeah, they want to improve and be in real game situations. What's the problem with that? I don't get it. And I just hate how it seems like it's an American thing of exempting the women's national team. That, like, why is it like, why can't the United States put together these teams and go overseas and show how good we are at sports? I don't get it. I don't know if you have anything on that.
No, I agree. It definitely has become a diva sport, but I don't think that culture is ever going to change just because basically there's no pads, there's no guards, there's no anything keeping you. Like, you see all of the player, you're as close as you can get. Like, they're going to be divas, so you get to see everything. So I don't think that part of it's going to change. It's really, I think you hit all the points that I was going to go for. So pretty straight and simple. I think just if you want to win the tournament, you can go and win it clearly, easily. It's just about whether you want to put the team together or whether the stars want to go out and play. So,
well, only thing I'm going to say is that's what the Boston Celtics look like. Man, it might be what a 6 to 7 year project that has got them nowhere besides one game. I mean, I can't really say that's really over exaggeration, but one game away from making the finals. Everything they've been through, and I hope Brad Stevens can coach those guys. Because if Greg Popovich can't coach them, who the hell can coach them?
I mean, but overall though, congrats to Spain, congrats to Argentina, and congrats to France for getting medals. Great job. Obviously, Serbia on the come up too. So I agree. Think Australia with a really good showing as well. So congratulations to them for actually trying and going out there. We were even worse than the Czech Republic in placing. So sick.
I'm gonna excuse my American ignorance there, but definitely shout out to all the teams that placed higher than the United States. It's kind of thing. I kind of wrote about this over the summer about American soccer, where we have this arrogance that we should be better than what we are, but we haven't proved anything. But hey, shout out to all those countries: Serbia, France, Spain, Argentina. Luis Scolda was balling out there. So these countries that are not typical basketball countries, quote unquote, hey, they're showing up. Basketball is becoming global, and it's not going to be just Americans that are going to run the sport. And I think that's great to see.
China will be in there.
Yeah, soon enough, these countries are going to start producing great players, and it's not going to be just the United States. And I think today not today, but this World Cup, you saw that. Anything else you want to talk about on the FIBA World Cup?
No, I think that pretty much wraps it for me. It kind of just like they just kind of packed it up and whimpered, came back home. It wasn't really like they didn't want anyone to cover it really.
Yeah. All right, we're going into stoppage time here. Quickly, early NBA predictions, way early NBA predictions. Who do you got winning the 2019 to 2020 NBA Finals? Who do you got?
Oh man. LA. Clippers.
LA, yeah. LA is going to win it.
I mean, yeah. That's just when you said that, that was the first thing that popped into my head, so that's what I went for.
All right. I'm gonna have to say I don't know. This one's kind of hard for me. Well, I know that the Raptors are done, but
you never know.
I'm going to give you the short answer. I'm going to give you I'm going to give you the basic answer. Yeah, Clippers are going to win the NBA Finals. Nobody's going to get hurt, and they're going to be healthy the entire time. Kawhi Leonard's going to play all 82
sleeper
games.
To win, Bucks. Even though like people know about the Bucks, but I feel like they're a sleeper to win it.
How about I give you 3 teams? So Clippers 1, Bucks 2. I can't. I mean, I guess they're saying this is the most open one, but off the top of my mind, I can't think of it. I guess Lakers.
I feel like Warriors 3, but I want to put Rockets or Lakers there.
Ooh. Can I give you a hot take real quick?
Yeah.
Before we wrap this up,
Can
I just say that I hope that Russell Westbrook and Harden don't work out and they don't make the playoffs. I hope like they just like
implode.
Don't work, and I hope they implode and Daryl Morey's like, shit, I traded for Russell Westbrook, and this is exactly what I got. A guy that doesn't win. A guy that I need to triple double. I need to pad my stats. But that's another episode. I can't do that. But yeah, so I'm going to say, like you said, Los Angeles Clippers winning the NBA Finals in our very, very early NBA prediction, which leads us to the final segment, the Golden Star of the Week. Who do you got, Carl?
Mentioned him earlier. I think he had a really, really fantastic week. I think Di Maria. He played very well against Madrid. I think he showed what he's still capable of at his age. And scoring a brace against Madrid, no matter what type of Madrid team it is, I think just shows he's still on form. He can still play. He's only 31 years old, so I think he's still got a lot of football left in him.
Great. For the first Golden Star of the Week, we got Di Maria. My Golden Star of the Week, App State's own Elijah Drinkwitz coming in to Chapel Hill, Durham, wherever. Yeah, Chapel Hill, Durham's Duke. Whew.
Playing for the homers there.
Hey, we came out underdogs, and they beat a Power 5 team, as the last couple matchups haven't been in our favor. But Elijah Drinkwitz
finally got
pulled
a
it out.
close game to go our way.
We got a close game to go our way. We didn't have Rubino. Oh, throwing Rubino on the bus. We didn't have Rubino kicking field goals and shanking them. Wake Forest.
Yeah, that was that was also poorly coached too. So,
hey, but guess what? Elijah Drinkwitz, my Golden Star of the Week. But I'm gonna leave you with this and let you see how you want to go with this. It's not an underdog. We deserve to be there. We don't call it an upset. That's what he was saying. It's not an upset. We deserve to be on that field. And I love that quote.
I checked it this week. We had 24 votes to be in the AP poll for top 25.
Yeah,
that ranked 6th out of teams that didn't make it in. So beat Coastal this weekend, and we go on from there. We play South Carolina later in the season. If you stay undefeated, you have a chance at making it. UCF, the other non-power conference team that is always up there, preventing us from doing anything really in bowls, lost to Pitt by 1 point this weekend. So
shout out Pitt, ACC putting in that work today. Not only did they lose to App State. Thank you, Sam Howell. Shout out to Pitt for beating UCF, the national champions.
Yeah, that's huge. So.
All right, and that's going to do it for Nothing But Net. Of course, you're with your host, Taylor Hudson.
And Karl-Heinz Reichert.
we're signing off. We'll see you next week.